You're listening to a Rock Candy podcast.
Hey guys, my name is Matt Langston. I am a music producer, a mix engineer, and an avid unicorn enthusiast. And I would like to invite you over to my podcast, 11D Life. On 11D Life, we get to talk to your favorite artists, producers, and creators about what makes them tick. We take deep dives into where they get their juiciest inspirations from and how they keep from being cynical about all of it. We even get to pull back the curtain on my band, 11D7, and share some fun insider tips and tricks for our fellow bandmates and creators out there. So be sure to check out 11D Life right here on the Rock Candy Podcast Network and wherever you get your favorite shows.
Hey everybody, welcome to Joe and Reese's Pickle and Boot Shop, a diabolical brainwashing machine. This is the weekly disclaimer by me, Reese Roper, one of the hosts. First of all, Joe and I make a big deal out of both having red shirts on, which is ridiculous to talk about on a podcast. Joe challenges our listeners to write an essay about what Radio Shack means to them. And I can't believe you're listening to this. Basically, I'm a single mom in this episode. We talk about third nipples. And we say some seriously defamatory remarks about decent Christian talk in the Creation Festival. The Pickle and Boot Shop, we hope you hate it.
Joe and Reese's Pickle and Boot Shop. Get yourself a pickle. Get yourself a boot. Joe and Reese's Pickle and Boot Shop. Pickle time is happening. Pickle time. I go down to get some pickles. Bring your grandma and your kids. I go downtown. Bring your grandma and your kids. Boot time. Pickle and boot time. Don't be fickle, get your pickle cider, pop a nickel in your boots. Not a place of ill repute. Bring your grandma and your kids. Come for the pickles, stay for the squids. Stay for the squids. Boots. Put that pickle in your pants. Get some boots inside your hands. Put that pickle in your pants. Get some boots inside your hands. 1996, we start this.
Boom. Boom, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pickle and Boot Shop, number 28. We're coming to you from October, it's what, November 8th?
It is.
And I don't know about in Virginia down there, in the Virginia, but here in Michigan, we kind of had, is it still, I mean, I'm asking this in all seriousness. I don't know if this is a bad, I don't know if this is a bad thing to say now in 2021, but is Indian summer, is that like a bad
I
thing to
don't think
say?
it is. No.
It's not yet?
It's-
Okay. So not yet. Now in 3 years, will someone come back and listen to this and I say Indian summer and we'll be canceled?
Probably.
For 3 years from now, when we're on top of a multi-billion-dollar media empire,
Yeah.
we'll be canceled because of this.
It'll suck, but we'll have hot tubs by then.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah.
I can live with that.
And that'll be
I know, I'll
awesome.
be in my hot tub.
I can too. Yeah, like we're canceled, so we don't have to do 2 hours of content a week. Okay. Here, let me blow my nose on this $100 bill.
On this
Well,
100-penny bill.
yeah. And well, so anyway, in Michigan, this weekend we kind of had like a little Indian summer. Like it got up, the temperature had like dipped down, and for like a week it was like in the 40s. Was like the high.
Wow.
And then this last weekend it was like 65 degrees, almost hit 70.
Wow.
So it was super nice.
Yeah, we did not have it. We did not have that here. I mean, it's a little bit warmer. It's been in the 40s. It's been frosting every night. I got to get out the scraper,
Okay.
which I'm excited about because I'm moving to a new place that has a garage. I I just
Yeah.
want one time where it is like icy and I'm like, I gotta go scrape it, but then I don't. And the rest of the time I'll fill it
Yes.
full of kids' toys and have to park on the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when do you move into your new place?
We close on December 3rd.
Oh,
Yeah.
December 3rd.
December 3rd. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So a bit.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm excited.
That's awesome. I love the look of the joint. It's a very, very, very nice. I mean, what you're buying with that 500 Frenzy money. I mean, you got to be a CEO here in Michigan to afford that property that you
Well,
sent me.
that's basically the kind of money I'm making at Fiverr and Frenzy Incorporated, and I'm
Yeah.
not the CEO. I'm not even the treasurer. I'm a member at large. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a non-voting board
Mm-hmm.
member. Yeah, yeah.
They're just like, don't let that guy vote. Don't let him vote anymore. He
Yeah.
hates Fiverr and
Because
Frenzy
he takes it way too
Yeah.
serious. He takes voting way too
He's
seriously.
like, this is just a figure. You're just a figurehead. It's just a fake position we created for people in the band. Dennis makes all the decisions.
What are you drinking?
Well, it's a new concoction I made in this Captain America pint glass. What I do is I mix white rum with diet ginger ale. Yeah.
Oh,
It's delicious.
so it's a new take on an old drink.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it's not even a new take. It's just the normal drink.
It's
you
the
always
same thing.
Drink. The
I'm
failure
doing
butter.
Bacardi this time though because it was available. It was gifted to me.
Well, because now you're making pickle and boot money. You don't have to drink
The
the
Don
Don Q. You can actually step it up and get the
I
Bacardi.
feel like if I drink something this nice though, it's bound to give me diarrhea.
Oh, always.
don't
Always.
know.
If it doesn't, then it's not worth the sugar cane that it came
Okay.
from.
I'm worried.
Is Bacardi made from sugar
I think
cane?
or
Or
that's,
is it just made from sugar?
Oh, maybe.
Because, like, here in Michigan, you know, in, like, Virginia, do you guys have, like, Pioneer sugar?
No.
Pioneer brand?
Pioneer brand
Okay. In
tobacco
Michigan,
is what they have here in Virginia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, here we have Pioneer brand sugar, and it's actually made from beets. So, like, all the beet farms in Michigan give all their, they sell their beets to, like, some factory, and it pulls all the sugar out of the beets, and then I don't know how you get the coloring out of the beet sugar.
Bleach.
Because those things, yeah, probably. And then it's white sugar that they make from the beets.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's weird.
Co-
Who would
I
have
think in
thunk it?
northern Colorado they have a lot of beet farms. Yeah.
Do they?
Beats by Dre.
Interesting.
We didn't
Beats by
Beats by
Colorado.
Colorado. We both have red shirts on, Joe.
I know. Mine's Spider-Man. Yours is
I
Radio
know.
Shack.
It seems like
Yeah.
I found this at a thrift store, but I just one day decided, it'd be really cool to have a Radio Shack shirt. And I found
Absolutely.
Radio Shack making and selling them. They're still alive.
Radio Shack is still a company?
Online. Yeah. They're still going. Yeah.
Really?
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they were so, I mean, if they want to sponsor the show, I'll say good things about them, but since they're not sponsoring the show, Radio Shack sucked.
Yeah, it kind of did. It was cool in the 80s because they were making computers like PCs that you couldn't get anywhere, and some of them were pretty souped up. And then you there was like no place you could go to buy. Like they kind of, it was like before Brookstone and that other place in the mall. Remember they would sell like gadgets and stuff.
Oh, yeah. A
Sharper Image. Yeah. So they Radio Shack was kind of like
Hot
that.
Topic.
Hot Topic. Yes, it was like Hot Topic before Hot Topic. You'd go buy a Green Day album or like a studded belt that you could wear slightly askew.
Yeah, made from a safety seat, a
Yeah.
seat belt, a studded seat belt.
That's what
belt.
Radio Shack was about. And then
That's what Radio Shack meant to me. If you guys are listening and you're part of the Diabolical Discussion page, this week I would like to read essays from all of those, any of you who can write an essay on what Radio Shack means to you.
this is a great assignment, Joe. I love it.
I think the discussion page needs a little they need a little focus as of late. I think maybe a work assignment would be good. So Lane Helms and Daniel Rock and the crew can can do some essays on what Radio Shack means to
Yeah.
you.
Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect.
How's your week been, Joe?
It was good. It was a hard week last week.
Are you gonna take a shower?
Oh, someone's taking a
just
shower.
There's no one to come up with me.
Well, you could do it in this one down
This
here.
part gets edited, ladies and gentlemen. You will
could do
never
it in
hear
this one. It's
this.
clean and nice. Okay.
My week was all right. It was a super busy week, mentally stressful. So when the weekend hit, I was ready for the weekend.
Yeah.
And played out perfect. I was able to be outside, went hiking, just enjoyed, like I said, that Indian summer up here and slept fantastic. I had the best
Oh
sleep
man, I'm jealous.
the last 3 nights than I've ever had in my life.
That's nice.
Phenomenal. Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I worked this weekend, but I had today off, so it's okay.
Beating up kids.
Yeah, they were beating me up yesterday for real. Like not out of anger, but like some frustration.
love.
Yeah, they only hit me because they love me.
Like it hurt them. It hurt them more than it hurt
I
you.
feel like it hurt me just a bit more than them.
Now, what were they? How old were the kids?
This one girl is 14, and she just decided, she was like, hey, can I punch her arm? And I was like, I made the mistake of saying, yeah, because that meant soon you're going to be just wailing on me. So
Yeah.
it was good. I got some good bruises.
You're like, I got some good body shots back.
No, because like as soon as you escalate it, you're gonna, like, the rest of the staff gets really amped up and they want to put these kids in these restraining chairs, which is like, dude, it's like they strap you into an electrical chair. It's basically that.
Yeah. No, I know
I
those
hate
chairs.
it.
I know what you're talking about.
Hang on, let me yell at my kids.
Okay.
Era, are you gonna take a shower? Okay, are you okay in there? Are you okay? You're gonna love those new towels. I got new towels. I got some new towels. I went to the
Oh.
Costco.
See, those are the things. Those are the things that people don't tell you about when you get divorced. So the first time I got divorced and moved out, I took all my
Yeah.
stuff. Didn't get things like towels, hand towels, washcloths, spatulas, things like that. So then all of a sudden I needed a spatula, and I'm like, well, oh man. Like Leslie had 6 spatulas, and I didn't have
Yeah.
any. And then she had all the towels, and I didn't have any. So it was like hitting garage sales trying to get like towels, or actually, you know what I did? At our church, the church had just finished its summer day camp
Mm-hmm.
program. And so I just told friends of mine that ran the day camp, I was like, hey, can I just have whoever's towels were left in the lost
Oh
and
wow,
found?
Joe.
So I got like 6 beach towels that were the towels that I
And
used.
and you got athlete's foot
Yeah, yeah.
out
Yeah.
of your divorce. You got athlete's foot.
I got mathlete's
Wonderful.
foot.
Now I have the life I have led for the last 17 years is complaining about the towels that we have, just that they're the cheapest, most cardboard pieces of shit, and just being like, can we
Yeah.
get new towels? And it becomes this huge escalated argument. So like finally, like I have the house to myself and I'm like, I'm going to go get some nice towels. And so I went to Costco and splurged. It wasn't that bad. Like I got the sheets, like the bath sheets. And geez, they're so fluffy and nice. I'm so
Yeah.
like right there. So happy. It's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, those are the things that are great. Like for me, when I moved out, I was like, oh, I bought a bed. I bought a king size
Yeah.
bed. So I'm 6'5". I'm buying a king size bed. And me in that bed, I just sleep on one little section. And then the whole rest is just parcels of land there. And then when it was buying sheets, I like flannel sheets. I even like flannel sheets in the
Wow.
summer. I just think
They are cozy.
So, like flannel sheets, people are like, oh my gosh, you can't have them in the summer. Yeah, you can, because you have air conditioning. So the air conditioning still has the house cool and cold. So flannel sheets, even in the air conditioning, still feel really, really, really
That
nice.
is nice.
But so I have I got the like flannel sheets, and then I had the sheets that are made of like the t-shirt material, like the jersey or whatever they call it, the t-shirt stuff. So then I got that, and those feel really
Yeah.
good. But just like you said, like if you get cheap towels, because that's what I did do. I bought some towels, and I just bought whatever was cheapest. And it's like it didn't even soak the water off my
Yeah.
body. It just moved it around.
Yeah, I'm done with that. I think it was like I got 2 sets, like the bath sheet, hand towel, washcloth. And it was probably $30, but I feel like it was the best $30 I've spent this year. But
yeah.
I'm also, I think my next purchase is going to be a nice bed because I've been sleeping on this freaking futon for 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
1 year,
No,
1 year and
definitely.
10 months. I'm sorry, Joe. I lied.
Yeah.
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 I'm ready.
Well, I believe the mattress that I got, I believe it's a company called like Live to Sleep or Sleep to Live or something like that. I went to one of those like fancy places where you lay down on that like computerized
Oh, wow.
bed. Yes, you lay down on the bed, and then first off it asks you like 10 questions. It kind of asks you like what you do, if it's labor intensive,
cry
if
after
have
you
aches and
masturbate?
pains. Right, all that stuff. And it asks you like, do you have aches and pains and where are they and yada yada. So you put all this stuff in, then you lay down. It tells you like lay on your back, so you lay on your back. Then it's like lay on your left side, and it similar to when you get like running shoes and you stand on those things and it tells you like where most of your weight is and all that. It's like that.
Yeah.
So you lay on your back, then you lay on your side, then you lay on your other side, then you lay on your stomach, and then it calculates like what bed you need, and then it spits out like for what you need this is the cheap one, this is the middle of the road, and then this is the super expensive. So it gives you like 3 options. So I did it, and I took the middle option, and
Yeah.
man alive, I love my bed. I love my bed. It is such a good night's sleep.
That was a lot of arguments before about like the bed because my estranged wife, her favorite thing was a piece of concrete with a blanket glued to it. That was what she wanted to sleep on. And
Yeah. Just the firmer, the better.
yeah, and my shoulders are trashed from working as a nurse and 5-iron. So I like to sleep on my side, and I think I've talked about this before, maybe episode 28, how my shoulder pops out of joint while I'm sleeping. So I need something that is like for side sleepers, but like soft up there so my shoulder doesn't hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to find one of those places. That's cool, Joe.
Yeah, the one by us, I don't think it's open any longer, but there was a big local furniture store called Art Van. And then this place, and then they opened like this bedroom shop that was called Pure Sleep. So I don't know if you guys have Pure Sleep stores down by you, but I'm sure it's not just something that's here in Michigan. I mean, if you look into what's around you, I'm sure there's some place that has the same system by which you can, fine tune to what you need.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. Like, my mattress is so good. I love it.
I'm jealous.
Man, I love talking about mattresses. I like talking about good sleep and mattresses. Yay. So how did you think how'd you like interviewing Andy?
I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
We got to do it again.
Yeah. It's funny because Andy's always been like a dude who's ever changing.
Uh-huh.
So I would see him, on one tour, and he would be jeans and a t-shirt with like skater hair. And then the next tour, he would be, completely different. Maybe wearing like motorcycle boots, baggier jeans almost, and like wife beaters. But then he was like, his head was like completely shaved, and then he had like a big old like nose ring, like a big hoop and stuff through his like septum and all that's like he was always ever changing. And then like
always.
The music. Yeah, like the music, he would always be about like a band on each like tour, which was great because, like I said, I learned Kings of Leon from him before like Kings of Leon was anything. He was telling me about them, and same with Alkaline Trio, and he was always kind of in that know type deal, but it was always funny because you never knew, like everybody else, like you knew Keith, you were always going to get Keith. You always knew you were going to get Dennis, Micah, Leonore.
Yeah.
But Andy was like ever changing, ever evolving.
He always, about every 3 or 4 months, maybe 6 months, he'd go through like a phase where he'd be like, I'm going to be rockabilly, or I'm going to do this, I'm into this. And then he would change his whole appearance. And people always thought we had a new drummer. They'd always be like, yeah, who's your new drummer? I'm like, it's the same old guy. He's actually the only one in the band that has been at every show. Everybody else has had somebody fill in for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
that's funny.
The best though was one time, and it was after he got married. I think he was like trying to deflect like conversations with girls at shows. He decided he wanted to dye his skin red. Like completely. He was like, he kept trying to figure out how he could have red skin. Like red, like, like fire engine red. And I think he almost dyed himself, his whole body with henna. Somebody talked him out of it, and he did not. Yeah.
Oh.
There was
he
some
could have
good
just gotten a
conversations.
sunburn.
Right, just get a sunburn, dude. You know what?
Well, why didn't we bring that up?
Yourself,
why didn't we
light
bring
yourself
that
on
up in
fire.
the interview?
We talked about so much stuff.
I know.
We should ask him
There
about
wasn't
this
enough
next time.
Yeah. But what's funny is, like, just like like, I think this is one of the most obvious statements one could ever make, but it's funny how, like, getting older, like, seeing Andy, like, older, he's not, like, young Chaka. None of us are young anymore.
Yeah.
But it's like the Andy that I have in my head and the memories that I have of Andy, it's different, like when you're interviewing him and he's got like his button-up shirt on and he's calm and he's answering questions and he's bringing stuff up like normal conversations. Like he was always the guy that like you'd be in the middle of talking to and then he starts like crowing at you, like a bird. And he was always just doing something just like bizarre.
Yes.
And so it's weird, like now, for him to be like older, and then like when Mindy came and like sat next to him, and they're like the old couple, not old couple, but
Middle-aged.
They're like the couple. Yeah, they're like they're the Joneses, and she has her, her salon, and he's doing his stuff, and it's just weird seeing like Andy in that capacity.
It's really cool though.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
And his wife is an absolute knockout.
Glasses up.
Absolute
Yeah.
knockout. Yeah, glasses up. Drink to that. Michelob Ultra.
Michelob Ultra up. What are we talking about tonight? Should we have a topic?
Who knows?
Talk about whatever. These are what is on the list.
Yeah, we should probably have a topic.
Labels, contracts, politics, etc. You want to talk about labels?
Politics.
Politics?
I want to talk about politics.
Teenage politics. This happens sometimes because we're all mammals. Sometimes along what they call your milk line, you have an extra nipple or two. It's called
A
teenage
superfluous nipple.
polytits.
Superfluous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, they're wonderful. They're wonderful. A great conversation starter.
Yeah, I was engaged to a young lady that had a extra nipple.
Oh. Did it have feel? I know lots of people do, so it's not crazy. If you're sitting at home right now and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm a freak." No, you're not. Lots of people have.
Well, she showed me this part, and it was just like it looked like a mole underneath her regular boobs, which were not shown. It was just like, hey, check this out. I have an extra nipple. And it looked like a mole. It was highly disappointing, but that was what kept me a Christian, was that she did that. Before I was like very close to just running out in the street.
Just
sing
calling it a day.
Hail Satin. Sometimes I say that.
Yes.
I like satin.
Yeah. We could talk about
Hail
that.
Satin.
We could talk about the inner workings and how we're defeating Satanism.
Well, right there, number one, as a youth, I, did not want to see the rest of the package. Well, did not want, let's say was not allowed. I girded my loins.
Yeah. And you know what? You're better for it. You're going to see those pearly gates one day because you said no to that.
I don't think I will. I might. I will see the pearly gates. I believe this on faith, but not because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think so either. Man.
So, third nipples, we covered that. Our fourth nipples.
Yeah, we covered.
Guys, if you have them, it's fine. Labels, contracts, politics, etc. Yeah, you want to talk about it?
Labels suck,
or
man. Yeah,
festivals,
I mean, we can,
camping, stages, catering, meal tickets, meeting people. Well, let's talk about festivals.
Okay. Festivals
Camping.
for the rest of us.
The first time we met you guys, Cornerstone, 1996. Dave, who used to be the manager of Giant Respect, is one of our Patreons. And he messaged me. He was like, "Yeah, I was in that group. We all camped together." I didn't remember that, but it was like some of the dudes from Johnny Respect, you guys, and us, and we all camped together at Cornerstone that first year.
Yeah.
And then Supertones, their album had just come out. They had just gotten signed, and Tooth and Nail put it through real quick. But so we camped at Cornerstone. Did you guys camp any time before or after that at festivals?
No, or at festivals we did. I think we did. I want to say we did 2 years. We camped at Cornerstone, and then the third year, maybe 98. No, I think we just camped the first year, and then after that, we were always in the hotel.
Yeah.
In what was that town?
Bushnell. Bushnell was where it was.
Yeah. What was that little town where like the theater was and
Gosh dang it.
and the
dude.
hotel? Yeah.
The Bacardi has already screwed up my memory.
Is talking to you?
Well, it starts with a
whatever
C.
that was.
Kamanaja. It's called Kamanajawad. I'm looking it up, Joe.
Concord? No.
Bushnell, Illinois.
Yeah.
Macomb.
What's the city there? Yes, Macomb.
Why did I think it was called
So the
Kamanajash?
Well, that was close.
Close.
Maybe Macomb backwards.
Yeah, maybe. So Bushnell did not have any hotels. It's real small.
Yeah. So then you would drive like 30 minutes to Macomb, and then that's where like the hotel was. That's where like most of the bands stayed. All that
there was
stuff.
a Days Inn. I think Cornerstone
it was
just paid for the whole thing, and then you paid back Cornerstone. You paid back Yapuza or something.
Yeah. But man, I remember that place. It was you'd get one hotel room. Like every band would get like a hotel room. That's what I remember. I don't know if you guys got more. But we, as the insiders, we would get one hotel room. So everybody, I think Bo enjoyed like the camping. So I think the second year, like some of the guys camped, but some of us were in the hotel room. But it was like way too many people for the hotel room. And then we had like friends and family come. So then it's like Leslie, and then I think my sister came.
Lord.
So it was like a ton of people in the hotel room.
Yeah.
And so that got a little crazy. And then I remember after being there long enough, here's what always drove me nuts. This is what drove me nuts, is you had like Christian bands. So everybody there is like, Christian dudes, right? Christian chicks, whatever it is. But then you had people acting like they were big time rock stars.
True.
So we all knew, we were all there for like the same reason. But then you had people thinking they were like Guns N' Roses at a hotel. So what happened is you would show up to the hotel to like sleep and do whatever you needed to do. But it was like people running around screaming. It was 19-year-olds, 18, 19, 20-year-olds without their parents for the first time.
Plus,
and so
you're at this festival where you may have a crowd of like 10 to 30,000 people. It's like it's not real. So it's like blowing your mind. You're like, maybe I am a rock star.
Yeah. And then you have all these guys like running around kind of like trying to outdo and one up the next guy, like, oh, these guys are crazy. Oh, but so-and-so did this. Hey, did you hear last night so-and-so did that? So that's what always drove me nuts. Like I wanted to go, like in my brain, I was like, let's go back to the hotel. We're all bands here. We don't have to perform anymore. Our fans aren't here. So we don't have to be the crazy guys in front of the fans and do all that stuff. Let's just get some sleep. But nope, there were bands that had to perform for other bands. There was, as long as there were people around, someone had an audience. And I just remember it was, I almost hated the hotel as much as I hated camping.
Really?
Because it was, I really did. Because it was everyone trying to outdo each other. And it was annoying.
There was a lot of
like,
that.
you just wanted to be like, dude, just go to bed. Like, you don't have to be like running up and down like the balconies, screaming or riding the room service carts or whatever, whatever the case may be. It's like, come on, man, just go to sleep. Like, we got a long day tomorrow. We got to sit at the merch booths. We got to do this. We got to do that. Just go to sleep. But no, everybody had to be crazy and wild. So it just drove me nuts.
So we I don't think I got much of that because we all, like 500 is a democracy. So we at Cornerstone, we would like come up with the schedule, who's watching merch when. So we made a crap ton of money. I'm not going to lie, at Cornerstone.
Right.
Like 30 grand or so. Like it paid a lot of the bills. And, like I was in charge of ordering and drop shipping the merch. So most of the time I was either working the table or driving to the airport at Peoria to get merch. Sometimes we had enough, but like we usually didn't have enough space in our trailer to carry the stuff for Cornerstone. So we'd have to make runs to the airport. And there was one year there was like a strike at FedEx or something. So it was like driving to Chicago and all kinds of weird things to pick up FedEx.
Oh, that's
it was
bizarre.
crazy. Or they would ship on like DHL, stuff like that, our t-shirt company.
Yeah.
We had like early on, because we're huge fans of Les and Jake, and when we played with them, really just learned a lot of like how to be cool to your fans. And one of the things Les and Jake always did was try and have a $5 t-shirt. So we tried to, and in order to do that, we ended up going with the same merch company that they used. And it was like all the Asian Man Records bands did it. Mike Park hooked me up with these guys.
Okay. All
This
right.
company in Santa Barbara, California, maybe. They're called Streamline, but they would just be like any t-shirt company in Denver. They would be like, "Hey, we want to sell your stuff," and I'd be like, "Well, we've got a one color shirt. It's white, black ink. We get it for $250 and we sell it for $5. Can you beat that?" And they just laugh and walk away.
Right.
So, I mean, but like, I don't know if there were sweatshops making those shirts. That was not part of the vocabulary in the 90s. It was not part of the consciousness, but probably kids made those shirts.
But even, yeah, but the other thing though is even if it was like when you're 19 years old and you just need shirts, I mean, the thinking when you're 19 years old and you need a bunch of shirts to be able to make 30 grand, you're gonna be like, hey, well, you know what? At least those kids are getting paid. They got something to do.
I don't think we would.
They're not wasting their time.
We're glad.
They're not wasting their time on cell phones.
That's true. We were keeping the kids off the street.
Yeah. We gave them something to do. They were able to have food on their table, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, but like Cornerstone, for us, it was like you would go back to that hotel, and I think we had at least 2 hotel rooms, maybe 3 a year. But it was just be to sleep. I don't think I ever camped there again. A couple of the other people, like Leonore, she's the most gregarious person on the planet. So she would want to camp with friends that she met and just fans.
With 100 dudes.
100 dudes. She would just camp. She had a tent that opened up.
I'm gonna
both
write a
sides.
children's book. I'm gonna write a children's book called Lenore and 100 Dudes. and it's just
Perfect.
her. It's a story about her camping at Cornerstone.
It's for kids. So
And everything in it, there won't be anything dirty. It'll all just be like innuendo.
great. Like a rated G porno.
Yeah. Ish. Yeah. Ish.
So the only other time I camped there was we talked about Matt Morginski jumping in front of the 5 iron bus. So I think we played the
Yeah.
Encore 2-stage the first night, and then left the bus there because it was like too late. Went home and it rained, and so they were like, "Dude, there's tons of mud. Can you get your bus out of there? Because we gotta get these other bands in there." So I'm thinking, well, I kind of got to clear the way and then just gun it so that I don't get stuck. So I get Brad out there or somebody, and they're like, "Hey, get out of the way. Get out of the way. We got to run this bus through here. We got to get it up to like 88 miles an hour for the flux capacitor to kick in."
Yeah, and then you're gonna see some serious crap.
So I gun it, and I'm heading out, and all of a sudden Morginski jumps in front of the bus, and he's like flagging it down like with both arms, like, Reese, wait. And I'm just like, oh crap, I hit a kid. And he's like, "Hey man, I haven't seen your bus."
Because that's the proper response. That's the proper response when you hit a kid. Oh crap!
He gets on, he's like, "Hey man, I haven't seen your bus." And it's like the X-Wing going down into the swamp. It's just like, and I was like, "Cool, dude. This is our bus."
You're like, "Hey Matt, perfect timing."
Perfect. So the bus got stuck, and it had all our gear in it. So the guys in the band were like, "Well, somebody's got to stay in it." And I was like, "I'm tired of sleeping on the floor. As long as I can run the air conditioning, I'll sleep on the bus." And I think the gas ran out. Like we had a generator. I think the gas ran out after the second day, and I was stuck on it with the windows open, just sweating my ass off, sleeping for 2 more days. But
That's some of the worst. Like when I think of horrible camping, the first thing that comes to my mind is Cornerstone, where you're in your tent and it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Like the sun isn't up, but you could see like the sky, where the sky is starting to turn because the sun is coming up, but you can't actually see the sun yet. And it's already in your tent, like 80 degrees. And you're like sweating, and then you can't get back to sleep. It's 5 in the morning.
you went to sleep 3 hours before that. Yes.
Yep. You went to 3 hours prior. You can't sleep. You're just dripping with sweat. It's awful.
It was before they invented
it's awful.
meth. There's no way you're going to stay awake. It's terrible.
None. And then you get up to like do your excuse me. I know, I'm yawning, man. Then you get up to do your like what would it be? Like your morning routine, like your shower and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we've talked
Coffee
about that
enema.
on here before. Yeah. We've talked about that on here. Like the showers there, are just, those were brutal.
People peed on you.
Yeah.
If you're in
And
the
then
smelly
like
kids.
the porta potties.
Yeah.
The porta potties were just, I mean, they're always brutal.
What about other
They're
festivals,
always.
though? Did you camp at any other festivals? No. Same.
No, like we would do like Creation, because the other ones you would, correct me if I'm wrong, but like the other one, like Cornerstone, you would camp the whole time, and if you were there for 5 days, like you might play on like the second day, but you were there the whole time. And then like Creation, you would come in, you would play, and you would leave.
Yeah.
Like Creation Festival, like the people, the fans, those in attendance would, I believe, had the option to camp and things of that nature. But the artists would like come in for the day, like you got your day pass.
Yeah.
whatever stage you had that lanyard, you had those meal tickets, you came in for that day, you were there the whole day, but then you left at night and you drove an hour and a half or 2 hours to the hotel, and then you continued your tour.
You went back out.
You weren't, and I guess I didn't realize that till just now, but like, it seemed like Cornerstone was the only festival. Like, we never played Tom Fest, so I don't know if that was like that.
It's a bummer
But
you didn't
the
play Tom
festivals-
Fest, because Tom Fest was like that. It was like 2 or 3 days of just camping with the kids, because there wasn't a lot of hotels. I think we did camp 1 or 2 years, and then
Yeah.
stayed in crap hotels.
Yeah, it didn't happen that way with the festivals that we went to,
Yeah.
like Purple Door, Alive. It was just, you came, you played that day, and you left. And then you were driving to the next city, even though Creation was still going on, and Purple Door was still going on, and Alive was still going on, but you weren't. You just kept going.
So I think we did that with most other festivals, but Creation, I do think there were several times where we stayed for multiple days. Creation, though, I'm going to tell you, it is like the dirtiest Nashville capitalism of all the festivals. Like, it was just, I don't know if you got any of this, but it was so just dirty. It was so filthy with like money and pride.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know if I ever told this story. So here's a good story. So we play Creation, like the first year we play the encore stage or whatever their like warm up stage was. So it was a small stage, and that's what we played. And I think that was like 97.
Yeah.
And it was, we did all right. Like, we packed it out and we had a good time. I kind of say we were kind of like the underdogs. Like, people didn't know what to expect. We were kind of new on the scene, and it was our first year there, and we did really, really well. So the next year, they have us on main stage. And so this kind of brings us up into another topic of like, when you're at festivals, like when you're on tour, it would be like me, like the Insiders, 5 Iron, and the W's, or Insiders, Squad 5-0, Dear Ephesus. You're like on tour with people who are like your peers. Well, for those of you that maybe have never thought about it, when you go to a festival, obviously it's all different mix. So like you end up meeting like Stephen Curtis Chapman and Michael W. Smith and like people who you would never tour with. You find yourself with these people, and like you might, if we were playing, so for instance, to keep my story going, the year that we came back, we played main stage, and we were playing before DC Talk.
Wow. At
So
Creation.
some band went out there. Yeah, at Creation, main stage.
Did they come in on
So it was-
motorcycles?
No, so we were. Well, you mean to start their
Yeah.
show? I don't know if they did. I don't remember. But so we get there that day, and we get there early morning, and we're starting to have fun, and it's catering, and we go, and obviously we have our passes. We're a main stage band, so we have all the access to everything main stage, and no qualms, anything like that. So we're backstage, and me and Jaybird, our driver at the time, Jaybird is the one who is in the Bowel Witch project on the 5 Iron DVD.
Yes. The one
So
your
it's me,
wife
my
sexually assaulted.
Yeah, me and my wife at the time, and then Jaybird. So it's me and Jaybird at this festival, and we're walking backstage. And I think I think Bram was probably with us, because me and Bram were always connected at the hip. And I think maybe Nate was with us, maybe. Well, we get to, in DC Talk, there's Kevin Max, right? Who's the little guy that raps? Toby Keith. What's his name? Toby Mac.
Toby Mac.
So it's Kevin Max.
Toby
Mac. And then who's the other guy?
Michael.
Is that the guy who sings like a sheep?
No, Kevin Max sings
Okay.
like a sheep. Michael's the one who sings well.
Okay. Who's so there's the black dude, and that's Kevin Max.
No, that's Michael.
The black dude is Michael.
Kevin Max is the white guy
Okay.
with the really piercing blue eyes that sings like a sheep.
Okay, that guy.
Okay.
That guy, we go backstage and we're like heading to catering or whatever. And the sheep guy, that is who? Kevin Max?
Yes.
Okay. He is sitting on a table. He's sitting on a picnic table with like 5 girls, like college age girls, all around him. And we're us. So we start walking towards him and we see him with like all these chicks. And like it was like the scene in Dumb and Dumber where like he could have thrown peanuts in his face and then lit a fart. And they all would have just been cracking up because, oh my gosh, this is Kevin Max from DC Talk and Jesus Freak. It was that wave of Jesus Freak. And so he's just yucking it up, and these girls are just eating out of his hand. Well, of course, we couldn't let that happen. So we had to do a humility check. And so I say something to Jaybird, and I make a comment about his hat that he's wearing. And he's wearing this like wicker cowboy hat. And I make some dumb joke to Jaybird about this stupid wicker hat. Well, Jaybird decides to then say it to him, like out loud. And so Jaybird insults Kevin Max and his cowboy hat in front of these women. So the girls are kind of like, oh, dang, like you just got destroyed by your hat. So it's kind of like we said what everybody was probably thinking. So Kevin Max gets pissed. And so he makes some comment to us that his hat is worth more than everything we're wearing on our bodies and probably all like our equipment, all that, like everything. He just basically said his hat was more than all of our lives combined.
This is why Jesus died.
Yeah.
Thank you, decent Christian talk.
Yeah. So we get into it with him. So we're kind of going back and forth, and he always dressed. Yeah.
Let's get in an
So
insult fight with Kevin Max.
We did. So he always dressed very Trashville. Like he was like the Nashville glam.
Yeah, somebody at that
And so-
record label probably told him what to wear and handed him his wardrobe. Guaranteed.
Well, then that person had to pay the piper. So we started basically ripping on him, and he's ripping on us back. And he's like, who are you? And we were like the Supertones, or, whatever we said.
We're the Supertones. Don't forget it. Orange County.
Yeah, suck it. So we get into this like war with Kevin Max and get into it. I mean, we get into it pretty good where like barbs are going back and forth. Jaybird is not having fun at this point. Like Jaybird is angry. Kevin Max is angry. Like he's not like joking around. So they're both like heated. And so we kind of separate them and we go about our day. So then we go to catering. When we're in catering, we're kind of staring down DC Talk, and Kevin Max kind of points at us to like the people he's with, kind of like, yeah, those guys, but we don't know what he's saying, but he's pointing at us.
Murder them.
Didn't have a good look. Yeah, didn't have a good look on his
Later,
face.
You shall murder them.
Yeah, exactly. And so we get up there, we play our set. And little side note, main stage at Creation is the largest audience I've ever played for in my life.
Same.
It was a sea of people as far as the eye could
It's
see.
like make believe.
It is.
It's like
It's
this
the-
is not happening.
No, and it was the first time in my life that I got, for a split second, I got stage fright. So we came out, and when I focused on the crowd, like we went from like, yeah, we're gonna come out to this song. So we came out to this song, and it was like ba 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 ba, whatever. We started, we kicked in, and then when it was actually time for me to sing, and I took that breath and I looked out to just people, like I said, as far as my eyes could see, just a sea of people. And I couldn't see the end of it. Like where the people ended, it was like the woods at the top of the hill. So it was just a massive sea of people. And my throat got like all shaky. Like I got like, oh my gosh, like a little like overwhelmed. And my throat got shaky in my singing. Like I got scared. And then I just blocked it out. I was like, screw it. We're here to do a job. And you kick into like muscle memory and you just do it. So I did it. So then we play, we do our set, we leave. DC Talk makes like some comment to us, like, well, Kevin Max, as we were like walking off the stage. And so it was kind of like you guys are the insiders, because whatever band we told him, you know. So we, yeah. So then he put two and two
Mark
together.
my words, insiders.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Revenge.
You should take in what you finally can of today's sun. You will not see it again.
And so
Insiders. That's how he
we
talks,
go
by the
and
way,
we're like,
guys.
we go, let's go get in the mosh pit. Like there was the leprosy barrier. So there was like a 60-foot.
Did you guys call it the
leprosy
leprosy
barrier.
barrier too?
We learned it from you guys. We learned it from you guys early on in our career. You guys made that comment, and it just stuck with us.
That
we
was
always
the
called
worst
it that too.
leprosy barrier of all time. Like if you were like,
Yeah,
I
it
want
was
to get into this
50
show,
yards.
you need binoculars to see people getting into it
Yes.
because you're just like,
Yeah.
What's
and
all
if you were
this
like,
space
I
here?
got front row. Yeah. If you had front row, you were 50 yards from the stage.
yeah.
It was the biggest leprosy barrier ever. And so
Michael Tate.
we were like,
I just remembered his name. Sorry. Go on.
okay.
Leprosy barrier.
Yep. So we went up and we, like, while they're playing, we're backstage. And backstage was like a trailer that had an office, and it had a TV that showed what was on the stage. So we went out, and a few of us like went in like the leprosy barrier where nobody was. That was kind of like for press or for people taking pictures. Well, I noticed that when they were singing and in certain positions where they were, when you looked at them, DC Talk playing on the Jumbotron, you could see behind his shoulder, you could see the window of the trailer. So I went back inside the trailer and I told the guys, I'm like, keep watching the TV. I'm going to try and do something. So they're watching the TV, and I go outside and I find the window on the trailer that is shown often on the Jumbotron. And it's about 7 feet. No, it's more than that. It's probably like 9 feet in the air. So I turn a garbage can upside down, like a metal garbage can, and I stand on it in front of that window. So now I'm standing in front of the window that when you're watching DC Talk on the Jumbotron, it's this little window that's up in the upper corner, and now my face is in it. So I'm making faces in the sense that, like, the faces I was making were me pretending that I didn't know what was going on, and I was just kind of clueless. So I do it for like a good 3 minutes. And I jumped off the garbage can and I ran in. And when I ran in, everybody in the green room, like that back room, was rolling on the ground. Like they were dying. So I was like, "Did you see me?" They're like, "Heck yeah, man. That was amazing." Because what's on the TV is what's on the Jumbotron. So then people started telling me to do stuff. So I went back out, I jumped back on the garbage can, and I'm just doing small subtle things like wiping my eye as if I had something like by my tear duct. So I'm just like wiping my eye over and over. I didn't do like I didn't do anything that was like rookie, right? Like I didn't pick my nose. I didn't do any of those rookie
Put your
moves.
nipple up to the glass.
Yeah. I was doing more just subtle things that were making people die laughing. So after the show, we just get ripped. Like DC Talk went to like their management.
Oh, they could see it on the Jumbotron.
Yeah,
They kept seeing you.
Yeah. Yes. So the whole time, like their show is going on, I'm stealing the show by being on the Jumbotron behind them and just being just dumb. And so DC Talk complained and had our credentials taken away.
Oh my gosh.
We went from like,
we should never
we went
play
from
it
like,
again unless you take the passes.
Oh, don't you sweat your little head about that. So basically the way that the story was told, the way we were told is you play whatever stage you play, and then when you make it to main stage, if you were like us where you opened main stage, then usually the following year you headline the main stage. And our popularity was growing to where that seemed like that was the natural progression of how we did.
Double award winning. You're on your way up.
Of how, yeah, exactly. So we were going to be at Creation, all day, yada, yada. Well, by the time we played and like got in trouble, we had our credentials pulled at like 8:00 at night. And so we weren't allowed in catering. We weren't allowed backstage. So all of our stuff, like we were a main stage band. So like all our stuff, our dressing rooms, everything was behind main stage. We weren't allowed back there.
Oh my gosh.
They canceled us. They took our meal passes away. So we went from like eating main stage catering for lunch to then dinner. We couldn't get back there. We had to like go buy like hot dogs.
Yeah.
Or like funnel cakes. So then the following
Totally
year, so
worth
we
it,
never
Joe.
played. Yeah, so we never played another thing with DC Talk ever again. We'd play with Audio Adrenaline, we'd play with the Newsboys, we'd play with those other big bands, but we never played with DC Talk again. And then the following year, we're like, oh, we're playing Creation Fest, and this would have been 98. What, 98? Yeah, 98. So we would have been like coming off like Ska Mania. Again, big, whatever. And we go and we like check what stage. We were on the smallest stage that you could play at Creation. They had us on the stage smaller than the one we were on the first year.
Oh my gosh.
And so like the first year it was like the encore stage. Well, we ended up playing like our third year doing it. Yeah, we were on like the what's it called? Like the showcase stage or something like that. It was just this small with this crappy little sound system. One of those stages where you're like 18 inches higher than the people,
Yeah.
So like your fans are kind of standing there and you're just like elevated slightly, like on an 8-inch stage. and that was it. And we were like, why are we on this stage, man? Like, well, I mean, we'll play wherever. We don't care. And so we had made it like the first year. One thing that the Insiders always did well is we always really connected to those that were taking care of us. Like, so if you were like a billet family and you let us stay with you, like we really went out of our way to thank you. And then the next time we came into town, we'd want to stay with you again and all this stuff. So we made friends with caterers. We made friends with stage managers, stuff like that. Well, this couple that was like the encore stage, like managers, that did all the like, okay, changeovers, all that stuff. They were in charge of it. They became like good friends of ours. They were the ones that told us. We were like, yeah, man, it's weird. We're on this small stage. And they're like, yeah, because you guys drove DC Talk crazy last year. And DC Talk, like, who is their like manager? Wasn't a guy named like Big John or something? Because didn't the Supertones end up using him?
I don't know this. I'm sure they had whoever the best manager was.
Whoever the guy was, I could see his face, and that guy was like, Insiders aren't, like, they're not main stage. Like, they're not. We were literally blackballed from Creation Fest because we messed with Kevin Max.
This is an amazing story, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you for this.
I'll tell you a story coming up for the paid. I'll tell you a story about Newsboys.
Okay, and I got to tell you my creation story. Stories.
Okay. Well, stories.
And this is how we get you
Plural.
guys to spend $5 one time or for a month, whatever you want. If you leave it going $5 a month, that's great. Joe and I are trying to pay some bills. Like my kids,
Yep.
right now, I think they had to cook their own dinner. They're behind me. I closed the door because I care about you guys more than I do about my own kids.
Yeah. They had to
I
cook
can't
their
say
own
that
dinner.
because
They had to make.
my estranged wife might use that in the divorce proceedings.
You think? Hey,
love
you think
my kids.
You think my kids' filet mignon is going to cook itself? No, you guys.
No.
We need
Please.
your Patreon dollars.
Please, $5 a month is all
mean,
it costs for Joe.
I gotta get my mink coat dry cleaned.
How is he gonna have
How
a
do you think-
personal chef?
Yeah. If you guys aren't paying $5
Come on,
for this.
people. It's only $5, and you get to hear such stories as Reese Roper versus the Crips and Joe versus DC Talk / the Newsboys.
Sheep guy. The sheep
The
singing
sheep guy. Kevin Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, we're going to draw the freebie portion to an end. We want to thank you for listening. Feel free to become a Patreon member. You get 4 to 5 hours more of us blathering about whatever, and usually end up crying and some sort of like you're listening into like a therapy session. So
basically.
yeah, so do it. We'll see you guys. Paid people, we're just going to keep going.
Piece of chicken.
Chiggin.
Of chicken.
CHIGGAN.
I've been drinking. Have you guys
Chicken.
heard of chicken?
For more shows like this one, visit rockcandyrecordings.com.